Good morning. My name is Devendra Singh, and beside me is.
Sadia Rahim.
And today we're going to be discussing differentiated instruction, meeting the needs of every young learner. This slideshow will include strategies, scenarios, and the path to inclusivity. The first slide. What is differentiated instruction and why does it matter for young learners? Firstly, differentiated instruction is a philosophy and framework for teaching and involves a teacher proactively planning and executing various approaches to content, basically what students learn. There are basically three parts or three profiles, I should say. The first one is to address developmental variation, which ensures content is challenging but accessible. It also builds foundational skills, prevents small gaps from becoming major obstacles. It fosters engagement. It creates relevant and meaningful learning experiences. Basically, this chart here is showing to you differentiation, a teacher's response to a learner's needs. It is further broken up into guided by general principles of differentiation, respectful tasks, flexible grouping, continual assessment. Respectful tasks is further broken down into quality curriculum. Continual assessment is further broken down into building community. Teachers can differentiate through content, process, product, or environment. They should also differentiate according to the student's readiness, interest, or learning profile. Strategy number 1. Tiered tasks. Tiered tasks allow students to work on the same core concept with varied complexity based on readiness. Tier 1. Match shape cutouts to outlines and trace their names. That would be your first tier. Tier 2, draw shapes, label names, and count size and vertices. That would be like your middle set of learners, not the lower, or not me not say lower, not the slow learners, but the like above them, the upper class. I think I'm using the wrong words here. And then tier 3, compare shapes and explain tessellation ability. This image here shows basically what is tiered instruction. Teachers use tiered activities so that all students focus on essential understandings and skills, but at a different level of complexity, abstractness, and open-endedness. By keeping focus of the activity the same, but providing routes of access at varying degrees of difficulty, the teacher maximizes the likelihood that each student comes away with pivotal skills and understanding, and each student is appropriately challenged. For example, let us say we are doing tables, times table. There are some learners that will be able to say the recite their timetable out of their head or without any help, and there are some of them that will need like backups. Like I would have to say 8 times 1 and then they would say 8. Yeah.
Flexible grouping. Flexible grouping means students are not always placed in the same group. Instead, the teacher groups children based on learning needs, the strength and readiness for the specific topic. Groups may change as the lesson continues. For example, some students may require more guided instruction while others may work independently or in pair. This prevents students from becoming labeled based on abilities and allows everyone to participate meaningfully at their own pace. Flexible grouping supports collaboration and peer learning. So there are three good. So for example, reading groups based on phonics, song, story, theme, or author research. And in maths, you have temporary focus groups to review subtraction with regrouping. So the benefits, they prevent labeling and support precision teaching. So according to Carl and Tom Leeson, flexible grouping is the cornerstone of successful differentiated instruction. Flexible grouping is when students are given a chance to work with a variety of students. This can happen through various small groups or even in whole group settings. The most important thing is that they are flexible.
So this is an example of differentiated instruction in a primary classroom. So in grade 3 social studies, let's say a teacher is looking at Guyana's national symbols. So she could have he or she could have some hands-on materials for those learners that have to see things. So they could have a flag construction center where you could have pieces of colors and where they put it together to form the flag, whatever. Then we could have another group, fact finding. Here you could have them finding facts on the kanji peasant using simple textbooks. And then there is like, of the higher learning process of students, there is extension group where they would resource on the Jaguar for high readiness. So the main idea of differentiated instruction is to ensure that all learners have a path to success based on readiness, background, and learning style. In conclusion, we should use differentiated instruction to nurture engagement, confidence, and academic success for all learners. Don't just teach one way in which one particular group of students would know or would grasp the concept with. You teach in different ways so that all students could be able to grasp the concept equally. That is the end of our presentation. Thank you.